Some laptops aim to be powerful, while others aim to be stylish. What about the Asus Zenbook A14? Well, it's not the most exciting thing to say, but it is one of the most convenient laptops I've used in a long while. And that convenience doesn't stem from its lightweightedness, its portability, not at all. It's from the unbelievably long battery power and how it performs untethered. These and a couple of other factors and features make it a laptop that just seems to be always ready. How? Well, let's get to know it. At just under a kilogram, the Zenbook A14 is the kind of laptop you kind of forget you've already packed in your bag. With how lightweight it is, you'll probably end up bringing it along just because you can. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that the Asus Zenbook A14 is lighter than when you fully fill this 1-liter insulated bottle? This makes it ideal for those who go through daily commutes, fieldwork, or even for those who just constantly move between meeting rooms, cafes, and everything else in between. Quick story for you guys. There was this time that I had to leave for a trip out of town, not the country, out of town. And I was caught in between bringing 2 laptops because my personal laptop had a complete set of files that I needed to work, while the Asus Zenbook A14 still had some, but I needed a lot of the files that were on my personal laptop. So my initial solution was to transfer all those files, which were gigabytes and gigabytes of files, to the Asus Zenbook A14. But I didn't have much time because I still had to pack and fix my other equipment. So I just thought, why not bring the Asus Zenbook A14? It practically weighs almost, again, next to nothing, heavier than the water bottle that I was bringing. So I decided to pack that along with my kind of lightweight personal laptop. It's a lot heavier than the Asus Zenbook A14, definitely, but bringing those 2 laptops wasn't at all a hassle because I felt like the A14 didn't really add too much. It's probably not something a lot of you can relate to because who brings 2 laptops to a trip? Do you bring 2? I don't know, it's not a normal thing, but in case you do need to bring 2 laptops, or at least it's a testament to how light the A14 is. It really weighs next to nothing and you can bring it along any time of the day. Point of convenience, it's not just lightweight, it's durable and low maintenance too. The Zenbook A14 is light and durable because of ceraluminium, a breakthrough material from Asus that offers scratch and shock resistance beyond the usual. Additionally, being an Asus laptop, you do get that military grade protection. And you know this laptop is well designed because it literally takes just a finger to open it. It doesn't wobble at all. Once open, you're greeted with a 14-inch IPS display with a 16:10 aspect ratio. It's also anti-glare and very usable in bright light outdoors. It's not an OLED panel, so don't expect anything too vibrant or too contrasty like deep blacks. That's not gonna happen. But for everyday work, for spreadsheets, documents, and things like that, it's sharp enough, vibrant enough, and you can do what you need to do. But what's the use of an ultra-portable laptop if it's never ready? Thankfully, that isn't at all the case for the Zenbook A14 and is in fact where it shines the brightest. This laptop claims about 32 hours of battery life, and a lot of reviews really support this and they come close to this figure. So what we tried to do instead was to see how long it would last with an everyday use kind of scenario. For us, it was in the mornings, a couple of hours of work, and at night we used it to stream or we hooked it up to a TV to use it for entertainment. Given the workload was relatively light, we didn't have to charge for about 2 weeks. We also took the Zenbook A14 on some out-of-town trips, and the charger was there more as a just-in-case than an actual essential. Even if I do catch myself running out, I could always use my phone charger to power the laptop. Interestingly, some of these chargers were even bigger than the A14's own. As an everyday laptop, the Asus Zenbook A14 is absolutely brilliant. It just does what it needs to do. It can easily help you with your daily routines, your daily to-do lists, and it fares very well in multitasking too. The Zenbook A14 is one of the first Asus laptops built with the new Snapdragon X Elite platform. Having a bunch of tabs open on Chrome, for example, didn't cause this to slow down, and it was a handy-dandy partner when I needed to present for work or in class. Thermals are also very well managed. The processor works with dual fans and heat pipes to keep the Zenbook A14 cool even during heavier workloads. Speaking of, it did good work on Lightroom and straightforward editing on Premiere Pro, but don't expect it to go beyond the basic multimedia tasks. What you can do seamlessly, however, are AI tasks. As a Copilot Plus PC, the Zenbook A14 comes equipped with all the internals that gives you on-device AI like Windows Recall, live captions and translation, and other always-on features. And despite this slim profile, the Zenbook A14 offers a very comfortable typing experience. Keys are well spaced, tactile, and easy enough to reach. Knocking out long hours of writing articles, scripts, and captions was really easy on this laptop. The Zenbook A14 also offers a large enough and very responsive trackpad supporting multi-touch gestures. And probably one of the best things about the Asus Zenbook A14 is that the performance stays consistent whether you're plugged in or not. So yeah, you don't need to toggle between power saving or performance mode when you have this laptop because it'll do it for you. It's not that it has a lot of ports, but it's got all you need save for a card reader, which not everybody looks for anyway. To list it down, the Zenbook A14 comes with 2 USB Type-C ports, a USB Type-A port, 1 HDMI 2.1 port, and a 3.5mm combo audio jack. In the time that I was using it and I treated it as a daily work laptop, I really didn't feel the need for extra ports, maybe now and then. But on a general scale, I was very happy with the ports available on this laptop. For example, when I go teach my classes, I don't need to have any sort of adapter with me to hook my laptop up to the TV. So I don't need to rely on a USB-C to HDMI dongle, or I don't need to bring any casting equipment because again, it's as simple as an HDMI cable right to the laptop. For connectivity, there's Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3, which worked effectively during our time with this laptop. The Asus Zenbook A14 is a serious laptop that's designed for work and productivity. It's not really a do-it-all kind of machine. That being said, it shows its weakness in the entertainment and multimedia department. Like I said earlier, while the display is good enough for those everyday tasks, it's not the most ideal for entertainment because of the lack of color, or just the lack of saturation, actually, the lack of vibrancy. And also because the speakers on the laptop aren't also very loud, even for personal consumption. When I would watch, I would find it rather lacking in terms of volume and body, and overall quality is just really not the best. The display, like I said earlier, is good enough for all those everyday tasks, but it's just not the best if you're watching movies or shows or playing games because you do lack that vibrancy, that punch of color that you want when doing these kinds of tasks. And apart from the color and the quality of the images, it's also because of the speakers on this laptop. They're just not that loud and not that great sounding in terms of quality. And I always find myself reaching for some sort of external speakers, headphones, or if I really do want to watch something through the laptop, I just hook it up via HDMI instead. Obviously, it's also not the best laptop for creative professionals because you just need more power for tasks like that. Those who deal with video editing, photo editing on a daily basis, and those who do it intensively, not just basic, you will find that this laptop lacks the power to help you do things fast and efficiently. Again, it's really made for the everyday. Apart from the performance kind of lacking, the creative apps such as Illustrator and After Effects actually can't be installed because of the platform. I don't know if this will be fixed in an update, but either way, if you do run these apps, you wouldn't want to run it on something as basic as the Zenbook A14. The Asus Zenbook A14 doesn't wow you with flashy design or big numbers, and that's totally fine. What it does offer is a near-perfect combination of portability, battery life, and quiet competence. Looking at others within this price bracket, yes, you can say it is a bit expensive considering the performance. But what you're largely paying for here, we believe, is its incredible battery life and next to nothing weight. Again, the Asus Zenbook A14 is one of the most worry-free laptops I've used in a while. I charged less, I carried less, weight-wise, and I cared less whether or not I bring it because I always would. It weighs next to nothing. And in the end, it's very easy to say that the Asus Zenbook A14 is a very reliable everyday companion. The kind you even forget about until you really need it. And when you do, it's ready. And I'd like to think that's the kind of everyday partner you'd want.